never knew to have any prejudice. There was no cutter bearer for him. Everybody was equal. Something I really admired there. So anyway, when we went to the initiation, this chief had me standing in front of the doorway of the chief's mess, beating a pan. Not just barely. Whenever a chief would come in, if he was just an E7, he'd get 1 beat. A senior chief would get 2 beats, and a master chief would get 3 beats. Well, when a chief would come in, or a master chief, there's only 2 of them aboard ship there from the destroyer. I'd be real kind of easy there. Didn't want to hurt their ears. Didn't want to offend them. And John looked at me and he said, "Charlie, go ahead and beat that thing," you know. So that started that point. That's all I had to do was about 3 times there, and then they gave me another assignment. Thanks to God. John, they gave him the assignment of getting coffee for the chiefs. So we asked this one chief, he says, "Chief, what kind of coffee would you like?" He says, "Just a cup of coffee with 2 lumps of sugar and no cream." So John gets there, he says, "How many?" He says, "What'd you say? How many lumps?" He says, 2. You know, and John, he reached in there and got 2 of the biggest lumps of sugar he could in the sugar can right there, and he put that in. He brought the chief his coffee there, or the old chief there, he got it and spit it out. He says, "I thought I told you 2 lumps." John, he said, "Well, I did." He said, "Well, you didn't say how big." That was John. He was always doing something like that. Then, as we were going into the chief's mess there to get initiated, they escorted us outside the gate. We passed the Marine security guard there, and Master Chief made us get out, and we had to. And the Marine wanted to know where we were going because we were out of uniform. So the Master Chief had us get on all fours, and we had to bark at the Marine. And John, he went alongside the Marine right there, and he raised up his legs. The Marine didn't like that. So we went on with our initiation there. That was John. He could think of things up real easy. Oh, one thing I might add too. Mama said I was her favorite. John took me back to Arkansas, and I was one of the family there. So that's all I knew. Mama said there that I was her favorite. And that's what Mother Theriac was like. We kind of referred to her as Mama there. Anyway, we did quite a bit with John there. I learned to ski. We went to instructor school together. Of course, I went first, had to show him the way. And then skiing, we took me back east together. First time we went across the California border all the way to Arkansas. We stopped in a little town there in Arizona called Two Guns, but it was just a ghost town. All it was just foundations there. And we must have spent about 3 hours there just thinking of different characters we were there. We were just stuck in behind just like a couple of kids. Arkansas, then he took me to Yuma for our first time I ever went to Arizona. And all we did was just go for a long ride, got a ice cream soda, and back to San Diego we came. We covered a lot of territory there. And that's about all I can think of right now. But I know when I'm sitting there, I can think of a million things we did. We met a lot of good people, and I'm sure glad they're all included in your family there. Really gonna miss that guy. I should think too, but I know he's in a good place. Good person. Anyway, thank you all.
My name is Jerry Lee, and I come from a different part of the John place. I come from the teaching side. John and I taught 2 classes together, alongside, I should say, over here at the road here at Mollison Ave High. He had a welding class, I taught auto mechanics, and we both started there about the same year, and 20-some years later, we retired. And every Saturday, we were there all the time. And got to be good friends. We had 2 things going for us. He had a car that seemed to always have a few problems. And I had a whole bunch of students looking for something to do. So he kept me working. And I took him some welding. My main job was I was with the fire department, and I repaired fire trucks. Well, I was never a welder because I just didn't like it. And so I would bring parts that were very expensive parts from fire pumps and things like this, and I would bring it into town, and he would put it all back together for me. I'd go back and put it in the car, so he'd save the fire department so an awful lot of money out of it. You're talking about jokes and things. I don't know if we used to compete on which one was going to have the worst joke to start our classes out with. And we used to do a lot of that. The other thing that we did quite often was to wind down. We would take off to the Leaning Tower Pizza yogurt shop after class all the time and have some yogurt. But John and I just seemed to click and get along. And I really enjoyed being there. We were the only 2 teachers on the school grounds at that time on Saturdays. Everybody else worked all over. And every year we had to go to a great big teachers meeting where they told us how to teach again. And we sit there and we would watch all these people coming up and getting certificates for teacher of the year, teacher of the year, teacher of the year. And one day we were talking and we said, how come we ever get that? We've been here 20 years, almost 20 years now. So, I don't know. So I asked, how do you get that? And our boss told me, well, someone's got to write a letter. And I said, well, obviously you're not going to. So I wrote one for John, and he wrote one for me. And he said, well, you get that. When we retired, I actually didn't retire from that school. They decided that auto mechanics was not a subject that they needed to teach anymore because nobody wanted to be in it, which kind of hurt. So I went to talk about the class in another school for a while. And John and I saw each other a few times after, and then I retired, and he retired, and we kind of took off. I was never just a man dancing. But John was a good man, and I really enjoyed loving him.
We have time, I think, for one more speaker, if anyone would like.
Come on, Julie. Come on, Julie. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Lori Dunn. This is Jessie that I have in town. And I'm a friend of John's daughter, who, until I read the obituary, had no idea her name was Angela. And I kept actually reading it over and over, trying to find your name on there, and finally realized the person that's married today must be Angela. Trixie and I are hiking friends. We belong to a group of women called the Thirsty Ladies, which tells you a little bit about what we do. Or not. I don't know John, but I know Angela. A lot of us have children because it's the thing to do, and a lot of us have children because we're hoping to leave a legacy. John's legacy is sitting right there in the front row, and I know him because of her. She greets every day with enthusiasm and joy, and I think he did too. And Dave, I'm sorry, it's not personal, but for a long time I thought she was married to John because she talked about him so much. and then I just got confused because I thought, well, who's this Dave guy? Nothing personal. I mean, I hope you're not jealous, but she does rave about you a lot too. But she's talked about John and the things that he's done and the legacy that is in her life today. The camera is never without her. It's attached to her hip, and I know where she got that. One of the qualifications to belong to our hiking group of the Thirsty Ladies is that you can't have drama. You have to just go hike, and you have to enjoy everything about the things that you see, the nature that you're around, the trails that you're on. And while a couple of us are huffing and puffing as we climb up Black Mountain, Trixie scampers up and down like a gazelle. She greets everything with joy. She takes pictures that are more fabulous than you can imagine of the things that we see that are mundane in life. And from everything I've heard today, that's how John was. John greeted every day with enthusiasm, and his legacy lives on in Trixie. His pictures live on in Trixie. Her grace of style, her movement, the gazelle that she is as she scampers up and down, she got from a man who could also do those things. So John, as it was said at the very beginning, lives here. And he lives there. And I'm so glad to be a part of his life, even if I wasn't.
My name is Juliette. I'm John's favorite daughter-in-law. I'm the only one, too. But I've enjoyed hearing everybody's comments of stories from John at Disneyland, at SeaWorld, teaching. Anyway, I can't think of everything. I wasn't prepared to make a speech, but I wanted to give the perspective of me as a daughter and what I saw. I didn't get any stories from the children. I'm sure their stories could be endless. But he has had the biggest impact on my life, because if he had not opened that door, I would not know any of you in the audience today. And if he hadn't opened the door, I wouldn't have got back with Todd, and my life would be totally different today. But I am so thankful to that man there, John. I tried to tell him as often as I could, and I don't think I told him enough. But I hope he knows how much I appreciate him. And I don't say that I believe anything, but it's my idea and hope that he's enjoying his time with his grandma and with his grandson.
So, John turns out was a pioneer in social networking. He's the one who gave Facebook a way to go. I got this note. Someone slipped this note to me. Here it is. It's a suggestion to our friend from SeaWorld. Teach Shamu to swing dance. Maybe we'll get some more customers out there. Wouldn't it be nice to swing at SeaWorld? That'd be fun. Yeah, there's an endless list of things to remember about John, and one of, to me, one of the most interesting things is his love for music, because those of you who know me know that that's where it's at. And there was a wonderful song that I'm sure he enjoyed. It was a song by Roger Whittaker. A ship lies rigged and ready in the harbor. Tomorrow for old England it sails. And I will be on that ship tomorrow. But you are beautiful, and I have loved you dearly, more dearly than the human heart can tell. We have a journey to take now. We need to go to Miramar, and that's pretty distant. Before John can take that final journey, we'll bless his ship and hope that it sails on the journey to a happy destination, where he undoubtedly will rejoin family and friends of many years standing. Here to get us on our way, ladies and gentlemen, is Richard, part of the home here, and he'll give us some instruction and direction, I hope.
Beautiful service. That was great that everybody stood up and had the inner strength to say exactly how they felt. It's so much more personal. Google is a wonderful thing. The only problem is sometimes they're wrong. Going to Miramar National Cemetery. Go north on Mollison. Just go to Highway 8. Stay in the left lane, you'll see Highway 8 entrance. Get on Highway 8, you immediately get off Highway 8 and on to 67 North. So stay on the shoulder of Highway 8. It's much faster than what Google says. And when you get on to Nobel, you turn right on Nobel at the top of the ramp. Miramar National Cemetery is on your right-hand side, not your left. You'll see the only thing on your right-hand side is Miramar National Cemetery. And you'll go in, take a right into the entrance, and then the first street, you'll take a right. We do have to kind of leave expeditiously, because we're going to be on, I'm sorry to say, on government time. And they are kind of sticky. Retired admiral can verify. But I feel like all of you here today have made this very, very special for this family. They say a person's wealth is not in the gold that he possesses, but in the people around him that he can call real friends. He had a wide spectrum of interest, and each and every one of you have shown that today. Once again, thank you very much. There is no procession. If you feel like going ahead up the Miramar, please go ahead. I will be traveling very shortly in the coach. I will be going probably about 50, 55 miles an hour. You can catch up with me probably on the freeway. So, other than that, please drive safely up the Miramar National Cemetery, where the Navy will honor John with full military honors this afternoon. Thank you very much.